Welcome to our collection of La Fontaine's fables. Today's story is Discord, and this is a retelling of the classic fable. These timeless fables may seem simple, but each one carries a powerful lesson for listeners of all ages, young and old. Now listen closely and enjoy the story. At the end, we'll have a fun activity to help you think about its message. Long ago, before humans filled the earth, the gods lived happily in the bright, peaceful heavens above. They cared for the world below and watched over all living creatures. But among these powerful gods was one troublemaker, the goddess Discord. Discord wasn't like the others. While most gods wanted harmony and happiness, Discord loved to stir up arguments and fights. She was sneaky, sly, and always looking for a chance to cause trouble. One day, the gods held a great feast in the sky. As part of the celebration, a beautiful golden apple appeared, shining and glowing with magical light. The apple was special. It was to be given to the fairest goddess among them. But this golden apple caused a big problem. The goddesses all wanted it, and soon they began arguing. Each claimed she deserved the apple more than the others. Their voices grew louder, their tempers hotter, and before long, the whole heavenly feast was filled with shouting and chaos. Discord was the one who had thrown the apple into the middle of the party, hoping to watch the fight unfold. The gods, tired of her tricks, finally decided that she could no longer stay with them. They told her, "You caused too much trouble. It's time for you to leave the heavens." So Discord was banished from the sky, but where would she go? Down below on the earth lived humans. They were often noisy and quarrelsome too, sometimes more than the gods liked. So the gods sent Discord to live among humans, thinking that was the perfect place for her. When Discord arrived, she brought her family with her. Her brother, Yes and No, was always confused, saying one thing but meaning another. Her father, Mine and Yours, loved to argue over who owned what and who deserved what. Together they made life among humans even more chaotic. Discord delighted in turning small disagreements into big fights. She enjoyed the way people would shout louder and become angrier, all over things that sometimes didn't even matter much. But Discord was clever. She had a helper named Fame, a fast and tireless messenger who flew everywhere. Fame's job was to find places where trouble might happen and to alert Discord quickly, so she could rush there and stir up arguments. Sometimes, Discord only needed a tiny spark, a small word, a quick glance, to light a fire that would burn for days. One little insult could grow into a shouting match, which could then become a full-blown feud between families, neighbors, or even whole villages. Fame, though, began to complain. "Discord," she said, "you are always running around, but you don't have a permanent home where you can rest. You are so busy causing fights that you never stay in one place." Discord thought about this. She realized it would be easier to have a home base, a place where she could return and prepare for her next visit. The gods listened and agreed to give her a home. But where? They decided to assign Discord a special house, the Inn of Hymen, the god of marriage. Hymen's Inn was where many weddings were held, where families and friends gathered to celebrate new beginnings. It was a perfect place for Discord to live because weddings, while happy, were also full of excitement and sometimes tension. Small disagreements could quickly become big arguments when people were nervous, tired, or worried about the future. One bright spring day, the Inn of Hymen buzzed with excitement. A wedding was about to take place. The bride was beautiful, the groom was kind, and everyone was eager to celebrate. Guests arrived dressed in their finest clothes, laughing and chatting as they found their seats. The tables were covered with delicious food, and the music played softly in the background. But hidden among the joyful crowd, Discord stretched her wings and smiled. "Ah, a perfect place for a little fun," she whispered. She was ready to stir up trouble. Her brother, Yes and No, stood beside her grinning. "But how will you start the quarrel this time?" he asked. Discord's eyes twinkled. "Watch and learn," she said. She flew through the room and settled next to two guests who had been friends for years, a baker and a tailor. She whispered just loud enough for them to hear. "Did you hear? Someone said the tailor's new coat isn't very good." The tailor's eyes narrowed. "Who said that? I made that coat myself." The baker shrugged and replied, "I didn't say it, but if I had, I would say the bread I bake is better than any coat." Discord chuckled softly as their voices rose. Soon others joined in, taking sides and adding their own complaints. Over at the bride's table, Discord stirred up another trouble. She whispered to the bride's sister, "I heard the groom's family doesn't really like your family." The sister frowned and looked toward the groom's family with suspicion. Suddenly an old argument between the two families flared up again. Discord watched the chaos grow with delight, but just then a calm voice broke through the noise. The bride, smiling gently, stood and said, "Friends, this day is meant for joy, not fighting. Let us remember why we are here, to celebrate love and friendship." Her words were soft, but strong. Slowly the guests began to quiet down, realizing the foolishness of their quarrels. Discord, seeing her fun fading, folded her wings and whispered, "Next time then." Great job sticking with the story all the way to the end. Now it's time to see how well you understood the moral. With a fun multiple-choice quiz, you'll find the answers in the comments section. Take your time with the questions, and don't forget to leave a comment below to let us know if you enjoyed the story. Your feedback really helps us improve. If you liked it, show your support by hitting the like button. It truly makes our day. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories. Thank you so much for being with us.